Alexandria cloned one of the biggest, most hype releases of 2025, and they did a pretty good job. This is their Blue Memoire exclusive. Let's talk about it. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to NTFG Reviews. I'm your boy Natethefragranceguy, and today I want to talk about a fragrance from one of my favorite clone houses. This is Alexandria's Blue Memoire exclusive. And if you know, you know. That name alone, Blue Memoire exclusive. This is going after, what can I say? BDC exclusive, aka Shanae, aka if you say you love me, you didn't put me in. You know, we can't say that name, unfortunately, because if so, probably 3 or 4 of you will see this video and then it'll be done. It'll be cut off. I'll get a message from YouTube saying it was removed. So if you know, you know. BDC, Shanae, they released an exclusive, a flanker last year, and it went crazy. It went viral. Alexandria, did they take on it? And I will say, before we start the video, I know the thumbnail probably say they nailed it. I'm gassing, I'm clickbait. I'm not really clickbaiting, but it's not a 1-to-1, right? This is not 95%, because that's the best you can get, to my opinion. In my opinion, that's the best you can get out of a clone, 90 to 95%. This just missed it. I would say this is an 88% clone. They're missing a little tinge extra, and I'm gonna explain. But nonetheless, it's a great clone, and I say this definitely scratched the itch if you want that original DNA. It is for me. But yeah, enough talking. Let's get into the fragrance. I don't know why I paused. I don't know. Why did I do that? All right, so let's get this on paper. I'm not gonna do on skin. I got a comparison. I got samples and everything. I went and harassed Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, Macy's for, I ain't gonna show the sample, but this is a carded sample. I harassed everybody for samples just so I could really put this thing through a test wear, compare, contrast. I had a lot of juice. I had more samples, but I was using them. So I'm not even gonna spray those, so I already know what I wanna say. I already got my thoughts composed. I'm just ready to talk about the fragrance, but I am gonna spray this real quick just to relive that opening and show y'all this beautiful pressurized atomizer that comes on all Alexandria fragrance bottles. Perfect. I love the quality. I love how they do fragrances. They're really probably the closest when it comes to like accuracy on clones. Obviously, it's hard to clone Shanae. If you know Shanae fragrances, there's something about their fragrances, how they do it. It's hard to clone them, at least like 1-to-1. But this definitely gets in that space. This starts off very much like the original. It's very close. And the original smells a lot like the Parfum, if you ask me. That BDC Parfum flanker, it comes across like that. That's how this comes across, with like an ambery sweetness, kind of. And like a slight warmthness, like a spicy, ambery kind of feel to it. These are actually very close in the original. Like this in the original, I mean in the opening, they're very close in the opening. And they kind of start to stray like in the mid, but they still very close. But like I said, this is just missing a few components. So this starts off very fresh, citrusy, but it's not like a bright citrus and zestiness like you'll get out of EDT or EDP. It's more like a rich citrusy, more creamy, more smooth citrus. And then you get that amber and you get like that spiciness. But soon as this starts to get into the dry down and mid, that's when you get that labdanum that comes off like a leather. You get the ambery warmth, resinous out of this fragrance. The ambery vibe, it kind of gets a little like resinous and smoky kind of with that leather, and it gets very spicy. Not like extreme, that's not like the spiciest thing on earth, but for a BDC fragrance, it's very spicy. They never done nothing like that out of the line. So that flanker was like very different. It gets a lot of ambery, resinous, spicy. And you get that leather accord, which is actually labdanum, but it definitely smells like leather. It's very nice. This is not there yet. I don't know why I'm still smelling this. This is still in that opening. But forget that. I already know how this fragrance wears down and all that. That's what you get out of this. Now this, the difference is, I will say, and why this couldn't get a 90 for me, is because this kind of gets more woody in the base than it does resinous, smoky, spicy. Now it does have those ambery, resinous feels and qualities. It does get spicy. You have that slight leathery feel, but it's just toned down compared to the original. The original, it's there, it's prominent. It's really like a Middle Eastern version of like BDC, really. Like, and it's like the parfum and like a Middle Eastern twist, to be honest, because it gets spicy. Resin is slightly smoky with that leather or ladmum, which also gives like a resinous ambery kind of feel. So it's a very nice fragrance. This has those qualities, like I said, but something about this, it comes off a little more woody in the base and a little slight muskiness about it. So it's not as spicy, it's not as smoky resinous, it's not as leathery, but you still do get those qualities, and it's still not just like another BDC flanker or just a parfum. It is very much a clone of the L'Exclusif. It's just like a toned down version when it comes to those notes, those heavier notes, the spices and stuff. But nonetheless, this is still a good clone. That's why I said it's an 88% clone to me. Like when I was smelling it side by side, it was very close, guys. I'm not like, I'm saying this now, but you put these things side by side, yeah, you're gonna probably get the differences, how the original comes off a little more richer, a little more prominent in the spices and stuff, but they're very close still. Like it was one time I was wearing it, I tested multiple times, and it was like, I couldn't, like, I could tell the difference, but it was like hard, I was reaching. So it was like, yeah, this is a pretty good clone. But nonetheless, as a whole fragrance, it being a clone, like put that to the side, this is a really good fragrance. It's Alexandria, they make great quality stuff. They just do good work. That's why I like them so much. I got this one on sale. One of the recent sales they did, I forgot. I was buying a lot. I think, was it the Christmas one? It was either the Christmas one or the one right before Christmas. I forgot. But it was 30% off. I got the big 100 ml bottle for 70 something, like 70 something dollars. And I usually go for 110. So that was pretty good. And yeah, man, this is gonna hold me over until I get my original bottle. I am gonna get the original. And I was this close to getting the original. I was in Macy's Christmas shopping just before Christmas, and they had the friends and family sale. And I was this close to buying it, 15% off of the 275. I was gonna get the 100 ml because it don't make sense to get the 60 ml at 2 whatever, and then the 100 ml is 275. I'm gonna just get the 100 ml whenever I do get it. I was about to get it, and I just remember, I'm like, I have actual friends and family that work in department stores. If you know, you know. I did previous videos, but I have relatives that work in these department stores. I'm just gonna get them. I'll be forgetting that sometimes. So I'm definitely gonna get the original. It's gonna be at a way discounted price and 15% off. And yeah, that's why I'm not even in a rush. That's why I just got this for now. And then yeah, we're gonna rock out with this. This is really nice. Like I said, this is a great clone. Not 90%, not the best, but this is pretty good. This is 88%. That's the number I'm sticking to. That's my opinion. I know you got Riffs. They came out with one. I know Dua has one. They do pretty good clones. I don't know. They're all, you know, still probably in the process of making them. You know, I'm sure Fragrance World's gonna come out with one. I'm sure like everybody's probably Rayhan. They're gonna get up to it. The DNA is gonna get duped probably this year. Probably people's gonna start rolling out their clones probably like so, or like middle of this year, I'm sure. But this is one of the first ones, and this is really good. So I'm happy with my purchase. Happy with the fragrance, and yeah, that's my 2 cents on this fragrance, man. I definitely suggest checking it out. You know, you can get discovery sets for Alexandria. I know they're a little pricey. A lot of people don't like to buy them because they're pricey, but to me, it's worth it. So definitely check it out. Get a discovery set if you're into the house. Just one to try out, man. This is Blue Memoire Exclusive, and I'm saying this is a good 88% closeness to that new BDC L'Exclusif. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. It's your boy Nate the Fragrance Guy. Oh, I didn't speak on his performance. Performance is great. I'm not even gonna get into all that. It's Alexandria, 8 hours, easy, projection, nice. Whatever, you already know. We was talking about, this was a more video about how close it is, but yeah, performance, I didn't even think to speak on that because it's Alexandria. I haven't experienced a poor performing fragrance from them, so great performance. But yeah, it's your boy Nate the Fragrance Guy. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Comment down below, have you tried this out? Have you tried any clone of that fragrance I'm talking about? Do you have the original? Are you even a fan of that? I don't know. A lot of people probably don't care for it. A lot of people not really rocking with it because of the price, and I get that. But yeah, man, it's your boy Nate the Fragrance Guy, and I'm signing out.